All right. Welcome to Trolls Toys. Let's get into it and see what we have today. Figure reviews, toy hunts, etc. All right. What's up, YouTube? It's Trolls Toys back at you with another unboxing and ranking video. And this week, we're going to be ranking WWE versus WCW Monday Night Wars Series 6, which includes Kane, Booker T, Hardcore Hack, also known as the Sandman, and the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. So we're going to unbox each of these figures. We're going to give them a quick review. We're going to rank them, including the Build-A-Figure GOLGA, which obviously other personas for GOLGA would be Earthquake, Canadian Earthquake, Avalanche, Shark, John Tenta, however you know him. He was also part of the oddities as GOLGA. So we're going to start out with Davey Boy, the British Bulldog, who comes with GOLGA's legs. So we'll get him out of his plastic prison, and we'll be back. So here's Davey Boy, the British Bulldog, out of his package. And I got to say, I do like the bull down the left side of the pant and the dog down the right side, or whatever it may be. Hell, bull on one side, dog on the other. It depends upon which way you're facing versus me. But he's looking pretty good. I think they gave him a little bit of more of a chubbier face than I remember. But he's looking pretty good nonetheless. And he comes out of the package with fisted hands, but he also has these gripping hands. And he comes with a set of sort of splayed out hands as well. And I'm not going to get into the articulation. You guys know he can probably do most things. And maybe he has Vietnam issues and maybe he doesn't. Hell, I don't know. I just pose him on a shelf. Actually, I like the way he came out of the package. Right? So we got the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, once again. And the legs for Build-A-Figure GOLGA. All right. Up next, we have Hardcore Hack. We got him out of his plastic tomb. And obviously, he comes wrapped in barbed wire with the kendo stick. He's got this soft goods shirt. Don't kill me, people, but there was a period of time where I didn't really watch wrestling, and this would be around the time that the Sandman and ECW were all super popular. So I only recall him predominantly as Hardcore Hack from WCW, right? And his brief stint there. But the figure, I got to say, is looking pretty good, right? And I'm not a completionist on WWE. Like, this will probably be the only Sandman / Hardcore Hack I ever have, right? And I was happy to find him, and he is looking quite nice. He also comes with fisted hands. If you are so inclined to use those, I definitely am not going to be, because we're going to keep him with the kendo stick, which just looks badass. And then he comes with the torso for Build-A-Figure GOLGA. All right. So Hardcore Hack, or the Sandman, however you recall him. Can you dig it, sucker? Up next, we're going to review Booker T, who comes with the arms and extra hands for Build-A-Figure GOLGA. Booker T looking pretty sweet. I got to say, he comes with the title belt, which is, I believe, the television championship, as I recall. I believe that's what this one is. And a pair of sunglasses, decked out in his Harlem Heat gear. If you may recall from watching a prior toy hunt video, if you watched it, we found this entire wave of Series 6 at a Walmart in Ware, W-A-R-E, Massachusetts. So I was happy. Obviously, he's the regular edition, not the Chase in the white tights. I haven't even seen the Chase in the wild yet. But we're going to get Booker T out of his plastic packaging. All right, here's Booker T holding the world television title. He comes with these shades. And if I'm being honest, I'm probably not going to use them. But he is looking pretty sweet. I don't know how most of you remember him, whether you remember him from Harlem Heat or whether you remember him as King Booker. I definitely remember him from Harlem Heat. I was actually a bigger fan of WCW when it was in its prime versus WWE, until, you know, obviously they lost the Monday Night War and they went and had some terrible directions. He also comes with fisted hands, right? But he's looking pretty good. I'm going to take the shades off and we're going to look at him without the shades. I think I'm probably going to use him without the shades, right? As I mentioned. Right? So he also comes with the arms for Build-A-Figure GOLGA. And it looks like GOLGA comes with either sort of open gripping hands or fisted hands. All right, so this is my second Booker T figure, as we recently found the 2003 Jakks Pacific, which I figured I'm a big fan of. But we've got the arms put on the GOLGA. I went with the gripping hands. And an interesting note, he does have a black band around the sleeve on his right shirt, but not on his left. So I'm guessing that was intentional, as we just knocked Booker T out of the way. Well, we were done with you anyway, Booker. So all we're missing is the head, which obviously must be in the Big Red Machine, Kane, who we're going to get out of the package next. All right, so last but not least, we got Kane. He comes with an extra set of hands, one gloved and one not, and the head for Build-A-Figure GOLGA. I do have an unmasked version of Kane from Jakks Pacific 2003, but this is my first Kane in a mask. And I do like the attention to detail they did here, where you can sort of see the flesh through the gear. So I like that. And once again, like I said, I'm not a completionist. I'm just trying to get like a version of many of the characters that I know. Right, so this will be our first masked version of Kane. So we're going to get him out of his plastic prison. All right, so here we have the Big Red Machine, Kane. I love how even in the pack they had him pose with the hand up, looked like he's getting ready to choke slam the hell out of somebody. So I think that's pretty cool. Once again, I do like sort of the flesh showing through the outfit. So I think Kane's looking pretty good. And last step is to put the head on this Build-A-Figure GOLGA. So let's get that done. All right, here's GOLGA, Build-A-Figure, completed in all of his glory. Obviously, he just comes with a plain white t-shirt. And, you know, one of the bigger YouTubers I watch, Kyle Peterson, and we all got to start somewhere. I'm a small fish, right? But he planned ahead and had a Cartman shirt, I think it was him, with the Cartman figure, which I do not, right? So we just have GOLGA here, but I am going to look at maybe trying to get that shirt for myself. Because I do remember him wearing the South Park gear quite a bit. Right, so, but that's GOLGA. Now into the rankings. All right, let's get into the rankings. But once again, to recap, Wave 6, Monday Night Wars, WWE versus WCW, was Booker T in his Harlem Heat gear, Big Red Machine Kane, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, GOLGA, otherwise known as John Tenta, Earthquake, Shark, Avalanche, and Hardcore Hack, otherwise known as the Sandman. So it's tough ranking, but for me, coming in 5th place, and he's not that he's a bad figure, I'm going to say, is Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. I just think his face looks a little weird. That's just me. Like, he's got too much of a chin, more than I recall. And I may look at getting another Davey Boy, because I'd like to have the one where he had the braided hair, the longer hair. But this is just not a British Bulldog that I really remember. So good figure. I do like the detail on the tights, but he's going to take 5th place for me. Right, coming in 4th place, once again, it's a toughie, right? I'm going to go with Build-A-Figure GOLGA, just in his current iteration, just because he's got the plain white t-shirt, and that's on me, right? But like I said, I'm going to look to try to get him some more swag so we can get him higher up. But you know, this is what he wore, plain white tee or the South Park tee and just the joggers, right? But I'm much more of a fan. I don't have an Earthquake in my collection, but I definitely will get an Earthquake and probably a Typhoon / Tugboat, right? But 4th place for me is going to be Build-A-Figure GOLGA. Coming in 3rd place, just because I'm not as familiar. I mean, he's a badass figure. I love the fact that he comes with the barbed wire and the kendo stick. But just because I'm not as familiar with his work, like I said, that was a period of time when I really wasn't big into wrestling. There was a brief period, but that was it. And I'm going to go with Hardcore Hack, also known as the Sandman. Once again, sweet figure, right? But we got to rank him somehow. Coming in 2nd place for me is going to be the Big Red Machine Kane. Once again, I do like this detail. I do think this figure looks very good. I know some of you have 17 or 18 canes, maybe more. I don't know how many canes there have been. Like I said, I'm not going to have that many. This is my cane. Unless I find a cane that just blows this one out of the water, this will be the cane in my collection. Well, like I said, we have the unmasked Jack Specific already, but he was like $3. So, Big Red Machine cane coming in at #2, which leaves our winner. Can you dig it, sucker? Coming in first is Booker T. Once again, I just think the Harlem Heat gear is great. I wish I would have been collecting figures at the time that Stevie Ray came out, but I haven't been collecting but for like 4 months. But I do like also that he comes with the World Television Championship, right? That was a big moment. I think he was filling in for somebody, if I recall correctly. He wasn't actually supposed to be in that match. I believe that's how the story goes. I could be wrong. Correct me if I am. But I just like the way that this figure looks. I like the head sculpt. So I'm going to go with Booker T. So once again, Monday Night Wars Wave 6, Booker T, Kane, Hardcore Hack, Build-A-Figure Golga, and the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. As always, this is Trolls Toys. I truly appreciate you watching my videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.